I want to go to Skatercon super bad.
What the hell
you know
is
what
that?
Skatercon is?
No.
It's
in Arizona?
In Arizona.
Yeah.
I want to go to that.
What is this?
So
Like
bad.
a Comic-Con?
It's kind of like a Comic-Con for skateboarders.
Really?
Yeah, and so you'll
Why
get
haven't I
like.
heard of this? This is insane.
You're not in the loop.
I'm not in the loop.
I'm not in the loop either, but I saw it, and it was like one of the things that just like popped into my like feed.
Well, what do you do?
I don't know. You freaking gawk at like Lester Kasai or something.
Yeah, they just say like board swaps and whatever else. Like
yeah. It's just that periphery sort of like
Oh, gotcha.
But they also have like old pros that will show up. And,
Oh.
You know, I'm just super into like that experience.
Yeah.
So we're here at Skatercon 2019, and we're gonna walk around and see what kind of shit we could dig up.
This was in 1983 Lester.
Yeah.
I think I picked up off Craigslist. It's a little.
Yeah, whatever.
It's got
been in the rain a couple.
Been in the rain a couple times. Yeah.
Super sick though.
Tracker ultralights on it. That's kind of the reason I bought it.
Because
I display the completes with like other trucks and mills. So
Yeah.
selling this
So
one.
it came with tracker ultralights on it. Took them off. What'd you do with the tracker ultralights?
I put them on a old Pal Pig. Put on a Skull and Sword.
Cool. That was my first board.
Nice. I got that tattooed on my back.
Yeah. Can I see it?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Oh my God, dude, that is amazing. DCJ in the house. That is dope. So the Skull and Sword was my first board, and the Ripper was my brother's first board. Really sick. That's dope, dude. Thank you. You got anything else that's noteworthy? Skate related?
No, they're skate stuff.
Wow, that's dope. Let's go say what's up to Alba. Oh, you know what? He's busy again. Let's keep him moving. I'm like really afraid to talk to Alba. Let's check out this guy's stuff. Cool. Unpacking the goodies.
No. These are all not for sale stuff, but it's part of the collection.
Cool.
But I had stuff in boards. Oh, thumb drive.
Oh, it's times have changed.
Well, no, these are all the Jason Jesse Tech Decks.
Sick.
Like
Bottle opener.
everyone, bottle openers, Neptune, Sun God, Guadalupe playing cards,
Oh, those are dope.
all the stickers, the trucks.
Wow, a handboard. Is that a handboard?
Yeah.
They make these bigger too, right? God damn, look at that. Oh my God, look at that, dude. Tim Kerr tattoo. There it is. Big boys.
You get me on the ground. All you gotta do is like this.
What's your name?
Rogo.
Bobby.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Bobby.
to meet you. Thanks for showing us that.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
Get your number real quick.
I didn't realize.
Never mind, my phone's
I didn't
sale
realize
for
you were
15.
wearing that dress and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's sick. Can I see the back? Yeah. Well, there you go. There's Steve. Yeah, nice. Super sick.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Cool guy, too.
That's excellent.
Awesome guy.
Good choice of shirts.
Thanks, man.
See, part of it is I like T-shirts, you know, and so you could just walk up to anybody with a T-shirt on, just like when back in the day with skateboarders, you saw another skateboarder just based on their shoes. You could walk up to them, boom, you automatically got something to talk about, you know. It's pretty sick. So let's see if Jason Jesse's still getting his haircut though.
Doritos Loco. That was Clint Eastwood's gun.
Really?
Yeah, and it's an Automag, 44 Automag.
Wait, how did you get Clint Eastwood's
My
gun?
friend Eric Kinsel worked at Gun World magazine in Dana Point.
No shit.
Yeah, and he brought it to my mother-in-law's house. And the serial number said Clint 1.
Really?
Clint 1. Yeah, and I got to hold it.
And is that like a manufacturing like one-off or something?
Well, they made it for him. Automag.
Really? No shit.
Automag made him that gun.
Who shot the photo?
Sinistra Galegola. He died.
Really? So
He's from Australia.
that's amazing.
He worked for Airwalk. Hold on one
Did
second.
you ever shoot skate photos with him? Skate photos? Did he ever shoot skate photos or just?
Yeah, he was good. Him and Dan Sturt had like a little war off.
Really?
Yeah, not like a.
How do you have a war with Dan Sturt?
And the word war off is weird, almost like a thing.
Yeah.
Is
that a winnable war with Dan Sturt?
No.
No, it's not.
No. Dan Sturt took that photo. Dan Sturt takes photos.
Yeah. Amongst other things. Yeah.
And he is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. What about this one?
It's John Coulthard. You know Coulthard?
No.
Yeah, John Coulthard took that.
Uh-huh.
Dan Sturt.
Yeah.
Really?
Dancer, right?
Yeah. Hagler.
Jonas Ray. Do you
No,
know?
This
Do you?
isn't everything, but no.
Yeah.
We didn't even think about it.
Are you friends with Jeremy Ray?
Yeah, he's nice.
How are you? Nice to meet you. Yeah. We never met before.
Yeah, I just saw your 9 Club.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. It's funny because I blurted this shit out on the 9 Club, and here I am. Like,
Yeah.
I literally was not. When I said that on the 9 Club, I didn't think that I was actually going to come here, and then I was like, wait a second, I could go to this thing, you know?
Yeah,
And so,
this is my first time coming. Jonas has been here for all the years. My brother Jonas.
yeah, man, Bobby, nice to meet you.
Hey, bros, these are my guys right here. Hey, look, he's got my old stickers.
Nice.
My old album was. I can sign them for him.
Got this, too.
Sweet. Coming up.
Yeah. I got some.
I guess set him back down. He's not here.
Ray Bros stickers. You get some
Oh,
new
yeah.
styling.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
Oh, what? Very nice. Very nice. Absolutely.
Sign it out, yeah. Get it on film.
Sweet.
Have you
Dug
signed
this
all
one
your
up.
covers?
I run him through every once in a while when I get caught up. He probably has some more for me. Yeah, he does.
There we go. Oh, look.
That is so sick.
Another one.
Nice.
All right. Let's do it.
Sweet.
So this is your first one?
What's that? No, I've been to Skatercon. This is my third.
Yeah, that's cool. Fucking Jeremy and Jonas Ray. I still want to get Salba. Yeah, let's go see what's up with Salba.
Alright, cool. Thanks, man. No worries, dude.
When's the last time you saw
Yeah, anytime, man. Sure.
When's the last time you saw Bob Boyle?
Wow, I haven't seen him in a long time.
You guys cool?
I'm thinking maybe Hall of Fame, maybe?
Yeah.
That's my song?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm totally cool with Bob.
Yeah. He did an amazing slob fast plant.
Hell yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He had that sticker, too.
Yes.
We had that wrap.
Yeah. The die cut sticker.
Yeah.
Super sick. So what do you think of Skatercon so far?
I love it. I mean, I've been here basically every year, except last year I was gone out of town, and something didn't happen with the scheduling didn't happen last year. And I know Hosoi and the Cab and those guys came last year, so I was like, oh man. But at the same time, I think it's kind of cool because different dudes always roll through. It's not always the same crew. You don't know who's going to be here. So there's always that kind of like, who's going to show up this year?
Yeah.
So that being said, I think it kind of makes it cool for all the spectators and all the people who are coming, so to speak.
Did you used to go out to New York a lot before your kid was born?
Yeah, I used to kind of go in the old days. Not a lot as much as I like to go, but I was there. The first time I went was in '79.
Yeah.
You
What
know?
did you do there?
I was doing demos at Cherry Hill Skate Park.
Really?
And
Amazing.
They asked me, like, what do you want to take you to New York? What do you want to do? I go, I want to go see Harlem at midnight.
Yeah.
And I want to go like Times Square like at midnight.
Yeah.
And they're like, why do you want to go see all these bad places and all like the underbelly? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I just that's to me that's New York. I want to see the real New York,
So
man.
what did you think when you saw it?
I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was so tripped out because it's just like it was like warriors come out and play, yay! We were driving on these little streets and stuff, and all these dudes are kind of driving by. And you see these guys ripping off the car and they're taking all the tires off.
Yeah.
And you see like all these guys in like a trash can getting warm, and they're drinking the booze, and all these buildings are all collapsing. I mean, '79. That place was still a hellhole. Let's face it.
And it remained a hellhole.
If you were in New York in those days, probably until about 85, 86, it kind of started
to thaw out a little.
thawed out. Even then, it was like, it ain't really thawed out yet.
Well, check this one out. A lot of people don't realize this, but the murder rate in New York City reached its peak in 1991.
Yeah.
So like, the murder rate is still climbing.
Yeah.
You know, it's thawing out a little bit, but it's still crazy.
And New York's nothing compared to like it used to be in the old days. It's all fake. Anybody who's lived there or been there, and it's still rad as shit. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's still, to me, it's one of the best places on earth. It really is.
Looks like
This is a DTG. This is Silkscreen?
Yeah.
This is a DTG.
Right.
So usually when I go up to NHS, I know all the guys in the warehouse and freeland on the boys, and they just let me take stuff in there like this. This isn't official indie stuff.
Oh my God. Dude,
But it looks like it, and this could be the sickest indie jacket ever. But
So this is one of a kind. That's one of a kind.
yeah, that makes you feel.
God bless you, man. So who shot this photo?
Steve Keenan shot this
Steve
photo.
Keenan. Yeah. Oh man, that's great. Super sick.
What pool was that, Selden?
That's Dolphin Pool.
Is it Hollywood?
No, that was by my house. That was like in Claremont, on Arrow and between Arrow and Mountain and Town.
Did you
And
grow up in
basically,
Claremont?
I grew up in Montclair, the next city over.
Next city over, right?
So we went to a backyard. We went to a party here, and my band was supposed to play this party, but when we got there was too many bands and they wouldn't let us play. But I knew all the dudes were putting a party on, and then they were playing in the garage, and the garage was like the pool was here, and the garage here, so no one even went in this area because no one saw it. Everybody's in the driveway, and I went to go take a piss in the backyard. I'm like, dude, what the fuck's that pool? It had all green water in it, and they're like, I'm like, what's? And the guys, oh, we're moving out Sunday. We're out of here. I'm like, dude, really? He's like, yeah, they're gonna bulldoze. We're gonna make a partnership. This whole place is gonna get gutted. I'm all, really? So Sunday morning, like literally at 7 o'clock in the morning, we went with 2 pumps to drain that fucker.
Yeah.
And then we skated that thing for probably almost a year before they made the apartments.
Did you know it was going to be a cover?
No, I have no idea that was ever going to happen. It just,
What was your reaction when it came out?
I was like blown away. I was like, dude, that's me, like, killer. And to me, I mean, hey, being on the cover of any magazine is super sick. And you know, sometimes you like my other cover on Thrasher was just me like 6 feet away, which is cool. I'm just doing like a little. But I mean, this is way better.
Yeah.
But that other cover is cool, it's stylish, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, I love it.
Which
But for me, like this is like that's. If you want to ask like who me, Steve Alba is, that's Steve Alba right there.
Where does the term Badlands come from?
Well, I think in those days too, you know, you got Badlands, you got Smogtown, you got Fogtown, you got Dogtown, you got Cowtown. It's that whole, you know, whole thing happened. Where Lance lived, he called it Rat Town.
Rat Town.
So, that being said, I mean, the two biggest, in my opinion, are Dogtown and Badlands.
Yeah.
Because the only guys who could knock the downtown guys off the perch was us.
Yeah.
Whether people want to admit that or not, but that's how it happened.
Yeah.
And as good as the Dogtown guys are, and not to dismiss anything they've done, they're super sick. But a lot of the guys from our area were just as rad in a different way, and doing it at the same time, and then kind of help progress even more, so to speak, like Chris Miller. He's a badass guy.
I was just about
you
to
know what I mean?
ask. He's from where? Is he from
Claremont.
Claremont as well?
Yeah.
So was he a little Grom when you guys?
He was only 12 when we were riding pipeline those days.
Right.
But yeah, so the Badlands proper is like between the 57 freeway and the 15 freeway, the 60 freeway and the 210 freeway. And the whole little zone in there is like Ontario, Montclair, Claremont, Pomona, Chino, Alsaloma, Rancho.
Riverside?
No, that's too far.
far.
Laverne, San Dimas.
Where was Lance from? Was Lance from Ontario?
He's from Alhambra.
Alhambra, right.
So East LA more or less.
So he was Rat Town, you said?
Yeah, that's what he called it. So it was like Rat Town.
And it was just him, right?
Him and a couple, like Enrique and those a couple guys, you know what I mean?
So sick.
Like Lance had some footage of him skating the ramp on his Instagram the other day. And him and Enrique's ramp, and that's how it first started. It wasn't even Lance's ramp, it was Enrique's ramp. And they moved it to Lance's house at one point because they couldn't have room, and that's how the whole thing started. But I mean, that footage alone is just so sick to see those guys skating that early.
So did Lance have pools in his zone?
I'm sure he did. And they skated some pools, and I mean, he wasn't really known for that as much as we were because he got knocked out really early in a pool. And all the guys who he went with, you can't come with anymore. You're blowing it.
Did you skate Lance's ramp a lot?
Yeah, toward the end, yeah. I mean, we just skated quite a bit. I'm not gonna say I did because I did.
Yeah.
I mean, we skated quite a bit.
Yeah.
And even Phil's ramp a lot in those days.
Phil, who's that?
I don't even know Phil's even last name.
Yeah.
To be honest, but I know there's another ramp at Phil's house, and he used to skate there all the time. And Lance used to skate there, and Grasso, and Keenan, and like Eric Castro.
Yeah.
And that whole group of dudes, they're all like the Lance, Grasso, Eric Nash crew.
The Rat Town posse.
Yeah, Nash too was in there, you know, I mean, too. So.
Sick.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So interesting. All right, cool, dude. We're going to creep around.
No worries.
Nice to meet you.
Sure.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks, man.
All right, later.
First board I ever got.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your actual first board?
That's my actual first
Oh
board.
my God. And are you selling this right now?
I am not selling this right now. This is.
Are these for sale?
A buddy of mine. Some of them, not all of them. This one I will never sell.
Right.
That's from a buddy of mine. His brother used to ride for Santa Cruz, Greg Aguilar.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know?
Right, sick. What's up with this Vallely?
What's
up with these trackers?
That's OG. Those are ultralights.
Yeah.
And then you got the rats on there with it. And then you've got the Christian Hosoi, Team Hosoi, not Santa Cruz, but Hosoi.
Yeah.
Factory grip.
Right. So
with the rockets.
Is this the one that came out of Skull, or is this?
No, it's not a Skull.
between?
It's just Hosoi.
Just Hosoi. Okay.
Hosoi before it was Santa Cruz.
Okay, so it goes Skull, Hosoi, Santa Cruz, correct? So this is in between here?
I think it was Hosoi, Santa Cruz, and Skull.
Oh, boom, there you go. All right. I did not know that. What about the cab?
Cab.
What do they call this board? This is
going to be your Dragon and Bats.
Right. Sick.
It's some will call it a mini, some will call it a street.
Yeah, Adventures.
Yeah, Ventures.
What about these wheels?
Just some minis.
Yeah, super sick.
Paul Peralta Bones.
Mike McGill
Mike McGill, yep.
of Florida.
Clean as they get.
Yeah. Where'd you come up
Super
on this
sick.
one?
Actually, this one came out of Australia.
Really?
Got this from a dude in Australia.
Obviously never
Super,
ridden.
no, super rare, green. Again, Tracker ultralights, T-bones.
Yeah. And these were the original trucks and wheels that it came with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
so-
went all matchy on the
Cool.
plastics.
Put it right in the garage,
That's it.
right in the attic. Yeah.
And he was generous enough to let it go for $2,200.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
He was
Wow.
a sweetheart.
So when did you start collecting?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Right here. You started
It's
collecting?
kind of been
Yeah,
off
yeah.
and on. I mean, I started riding in '76 on a varnished roller derby with stone wheels, and I promptly broke my arm.
Right.
And just never really looked back.
Sick shirt.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks.
super sick. Right on. All right, so I've never seen that Powell shirt before. Hey, excuse me. Where is that? Like a fairly new shirt?
It's at their skate shop.
It's their skate shop.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Pop- like if you go in the back of the factory, they've got that little skate shop.
Oh, that
and they
is
sell them
dope.
there.
That
Yeah.
is dope, man. I've never seen that before.
No, I went there and I was like, please tell me you have my size.
Yeah. That is really sick. I've actually never been to Powell. I've actually never been to Santa Barbara. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Check it out if you can. It's pretty badass.
What's your name?
Jason.
Jason, Bobby.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Cool shirt, man.
Thank you.
Hey, are those yours or is those his?
I just sold them to him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Will you show me this Eric Nash, Kevin Staab? This is an advertisement. That is dope. This looks like it's off the back of a Thrasher, correct?
Sure.
Or maybe the inside of it. This just looks like, yeah. So are you a Kevin Staab fan?
Kevin's my friend. I just picked him up this morning at the airport.
Excellent. There you
Went and
go.
had breakfast at Harlow's and Tippy, and they came up.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about this guy?
I never knew Eric. Knew Jeff.
Yeah.
And never knew Eric.
That is such a great graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he is the man. He's the man. Cool. Right on. So what are you gonna do with these?
I don't know. Throw them in all my collection and stuff.
Yeah,
You know.
right on. Cool.
So,
Right on.
Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones?
There you go.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're from Jersey.
No. This is Jeff Jones from Arizona.
Get the fuck out of here. Dude, I'm so sorry. I was like, holy
It
shit.
happens all the time, brother. No, not Veriflex Jones.
All right.
No,
Because I'm from Jersey and he's like a.
Schneer used to call me Arizona Jones.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet
Pleasure
you.
to meet
Sorry,
you as
I
well.
didn't mean
What's
to
your
scare you, Bobby.
Bobby?
I didn't mean to
Nice to meet you,
scare
bro.
you. Sorry.
Okay, you guys have a good day, man.
All right.
Come on, show him how you do inverts on building.
Dude.
He's done that before.
Oh my God, you motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Because the Jeff Jones name, it's
Yeah, it
skateboarding
gets.
is
It,
pretty
well,
known.
yeah. Well, Jeff Jones is from Jersey. I grew up in Jersey, and he's like an enigma.
Mike V is,
Yeah, right. So, all right, cool.
Grolski.
Grolski? Yeah.
Jersey Devil.
Dude, we got a. There's something in the water or something. I don't know. So, tell us about this shirt.
I got it at a skate shop when it came out.
Yeah.
And then I was too scared to wear it.
Yeah.
I thought I'd get
Is it a Bob shirt? No. What? Tags out. All right, cool. That's amazing, dude.
Look at these sweet things. Oh man, you can
get high off.
You can.
Yeah.
No charge.
Oh yeah. I'm high already. I foolishly don't have the Madrid Bill Danforth stickers, but I do have these. I don't want to drop these two on the floor. I'm keeping them in my pocket. Amazing. Wait, so you grew up in Michigan, correct?
Oh yeah, I grew up in Detroit, man.
The hardest place in the world. Dilla.
And hey, I helped you guys out all the time you were ever in Detroit.
You sure did.
I always had you back. I always knew the fucking mafia, and I always knew where the protection was, where nobody would get shot or killed or stabbed or robbed. Here's another story. I wasn't skating O'Hare Airport
when I got arrested.
You got arrested? Who got arrested? You?
I got arrested.
And what did they call you?
What did they call me?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg, yes!
Dude, that's amazing.
Can you believe I remember that?
What did you get arrested for, though?
Skating.
Really?
They had these banks under, like,
oh, right. So it was an airport spot. You weren't just like,
No, it was like we were on the road, and someone
right.
goes, "Dude, you got to check out baggage claim." And we're like, "What?" And you go out baggage claim, and it's just a half pipe. Dude, I got cuffed up, put in a car, driven around the airport while they called me Whoopi Goldberg. The cops are like, "Fucking Whoopi Goldberg," and they're like, "Whoopi Goldberg, we want to see you fucking cry." I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "We want to see you cry." I'm like, cry? So I thought about my grandma dying and I raised some tears and then they let me out.
Are you
And
serious?
I got up, I jumped on my board and skated to the gate. And this lady was closing the gate.
It's serious.
I
I
grabbed
remember that from back then.
Dude, that was so insane. It was
You
insane.
told me right after that, because it was after Ohio Skate Out, and that following April, we went and filmed that Life's a Beach video.
Oh, yes.
And you're like, dude, after Ohio Skate Out, man, I got fucking Chicago.
So that was right after Ohio Skate Out that
Like my
happened.
first pro contest.
Right.
And I'm going home from it, skating the mini ramp or whatever, and next thing you know, I'm cuffed up, getting taken in, getting called names. They're like, "We're taking you to Cook County Jail. That's the gnarliest jail." I was like, "Is it? All right."
And for the record, for the Ohio Skate Out, the only reason I did that acid drop is because I ate fucking acid.
Classic. That's amazing.
Fuck, who else would jump off something that fucking big if you didn't eat acid?
Fuck yeah, dude. Going up on the wall.
Thanks, Bobby. Yeah, no problem. Nice to meet you, dude.
Yeah, you too, man.
Cool.
Enjoy, man. I'm so
Yeah.
stoked you made it out
Yeah.
here, man.
Cool, right on.
Nice meeting you guys.
I barely made it out, but
Okay, then I'll wander back by.
Okay. Hey, I really appreciate it. I don't mean to interrupt. I want to ask you about your shirt.
Yeah.
Cool. Where'd you get it? What's the story?
It's from the pipeline.
Yeah, no. What is it, an original?
Yeah.
Cool. Amazing shirt.
Yeah, so I was a kid in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah.
Like 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
And I would mow yards all summer long.
To make money to go out.
To go out to California because all that was left was Pipeline and Del Mar.
Yeah, right.
And I couldn't get into Del Mar because I wasn't a resident of San Diego County. And they switched their insurance over to the Boy Scouts.
Wow. Oh, that's right. I read about that recently.
So I could go look through the fence, but I couldn't get in.
That's insane. That's like, that's got to be torturous for,
And so I did that a couple summers in a row, and then and just out of the blue, like I'd read in Thrasher that they were closing.
Yeah.
And so I called the pipeline and I was like, "When are you closing?" And they said next Friday.
Yeah.
And my parents, who were very stuck up, like very rigid, took me out of school and took me to the pipeline for the last week they were open.
And so you got in there, skated, and
Yeah, so it was like the fourth time I'd been there, but I went every day for the last week.
Amazing. That is an amazing t-shirt, dude. What's your name?
Jim.
Bobby.
Nice to meet
Pleasure
you.
to meet you. Original Gons. Yeah. No grip tape. It's kind of cool. Beach cruiser. Some gull wings. Kevin Staab. Everybody hanging out in the submarine. Pretty sick. Hey, Kevin.
Yes.
How are you? Bobby, Puleo.
Hi,
Nice
Bobby.
to meet you.
What's going on?
Tell me about your jacket.
What do you want me to tell you about the jacket?
Did you make it?
This jacket is 33 years old, probably. It came from a little tour I did in 1986.
Okay.
And it was called Swatch Impact Tour, which you can see
I went to it.
fading
I went
out.
to it.
You see that?
So did you do this on tour?
So this was a jacket I would never wear. They
Right.
gave this to me and said, "You guys go out and wear these." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm not gonna wear that jacket. That's
Right,
weird."
right.
So my friend Sam Esmore, who did this graphic right here, we were hanging out one night and he had just painted one of his leather vests.
Yeah.
I said, "Damn, that's awesome." So I just had this idea, like, hey, if I just give you my leather jacket, will you paint the whole thing?
Wow.
And paint over the swatch thing so I can actually wear the leather jacket?
Yeah.
So that was 33 years ago.
What was your aversion to the Swatch logo? Was it the Swatch logo that you didn't want to wear it, or?
I just didn't want to wear a Swatch Impact Tour thing because it was weird, you know, like I don't know, skateboarding was still kind of uncool, but we were going on this crazy tour, so I just thought it was weird to be wearing that.
I still have my Swatch Impact Tour ticket from that tour, Meadowlands, New Jersey.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah. So I saw you in the Meadowlands Arena
No way.
in 1986.
Dude, that was the most. They're actually they're writing a book on that thing right now
Really?
too. Yeah. One of the BMX guys, because he hit me up the other day and was like asking me to tell him about all these stories. I'm like, I do not know. Like, you should talk to my friends. They're like, well, we heard you had a really good time. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about Shine Skateboards.
Shine Skateboards was me waking up at about 4 o'clock in the morning and calling Joe Johnson and going, hey, I got a good idea for a skateboard company.
Right.
Let's just call it Shine. He's like, why? And I'm like, because we got shined.
What's the story with how does the number 90 come into the fold?
Remember Electric Ocean?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of Electric Ocean, I did a 90 shirt. Because it came up all the time in conversation. Dude, I had 90 beers last night. Dude, I drove them 90 miles to get here. Bam, 90, that's it.
So was 90 originally an Electric Ocean shirt first?
It was. It was a shirt that I did towards the end. I just did it because I wanted to. I'm like, I'm just going to do a 90 shirt.
Yeah.
And then Swatch Impact Tour. Went on that. I had to take all the photos of that. So I wore that shirt.
Yeah.
And it just became, everyone's like, what is that? And then when it started, it just went off.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to just prove that I didn't have to use a name.
Yeah.
I didn't want a name, and I didn't want to use my name either.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm just going to use a number and make a clothing company, and it's just going to work.
All right. Who was the first person to do the Bluntafegu? Grabbing Blunt.
As far as I know, me.
Yeah. How did that come about?
Eddie Radigi beat me at a contest at Del Mar doing a 180 blunt. And I went back to Arizona going, I have to learn that trick. I'm going to learn how to do it to fakie.
Wow. So he grabbed it, yanked it in forward.
Yeah.
What about Joe Johnson doing them on top of the deck?
See, that's weird because we both did that. And I didn't do it on purpose. It's just, it actually came from a Del Mar contest. They went up to do it. And I was a little bit heavy on the nose, so the board went past the coping.
Really?
And it was like halfway through the run, so I was like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to get off my board.
85
Del Mar?
so
86. I jumped like that.
Right.
Put the board back in and jumped.
Wow.
Dude, I don't know what year it was, but that's where that came from.
Amazing. So interesting. Yeah. Well, shit, man. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you, friend.
Good to meet you too, right?
Would you tell the camera who I'm talking to right now?
I'm Steve Godoy, and that's Art Godoy.
Art Godoy, that's Steve Godoy.
Cool. The Godoys.
This is our introduction to Texas. We were living in Mexico going, it's cool here, but we need some vert. And all the vert parks had already closed. And this was probably around 83, and we decided, well, look, we got Thrasher, when Thrasher started coming out. And that was the savior to the skateboard scene, because skateboarding was already dying. So we're like, oh fuck, there's a contest in Dallas. We told our fat dad, we're like, hey man, we want to go to Dallas to skate in this contest. He's like, all right. We're like, what's the big deal about Dallas? We're like, well, a lot of people are going to be there. John Gibson's going to be there. Fucking Dwayne Peters is going to be there. Tony Alba's going to be there. So we entered this contest.
Wait, how did you get from Mexico to Dallas?
We flew. Our dad he flew us. We were just kids, right? We were 16 or something. I ended up getting first place and he got fourth. And got sponsored by Zorlak. And at the time, he got on Powell. He was riding for Powell and Independent. We got sponsored because of that contest. But that was our introduction to gnarly ripping. Because where we came from, you do a setup kick turn and then you do your aerial and do another setup kick turn and axle stall. But these guys were doing back to back. And when you see Phillips ripping, he was on Zorlak at the time. Air's over your head. Gnarly. They're like, this guy's going to win. And we're like, fuck yeah, he is. We're the same as we were back then. Just a little older. The whole attitude was exactly the same. But you can't sell this in 1988. Right? In 1988, they were doing market research. The mothers of 14-year-old little boys were buying them decks. So they said, okay, well, how are we going to promote the Godoys? Well, we could have been the biggest thing. There's no other twins like us. We were all fully tattooed. You know, we had a lot of shit going on. So for us to place in the top 8, well, you had to skate twice as hard or you had to suck the right dick or whatever it might have been. Because all the 3 sponsors, the main sponsors of the contest, Vision, Santa Cruz, and Powell. If you weren't riding for them, you probably weren't going to get in the top. They are also controlling the magazine. So you had Thrasher, Independent, Venture, that's on one side of the fence. You had Transworld, which was Gullwing, Tracker Trucks, GNS, and there were some neutral parties here and there advertising in both. So for us to actually compete against some of these people, it would have been almost impossible to actually feel like you're competing against them in this time.
Because in those days, you didn't sell image. They didn't sell image.
I was in Long Beach a couple weeks ago, And I said to Mike V, I said, do you think you could do all the invert variations that you did when you were, you know, younger or whatever? And he was like, yeah, I think I could do it. He said his wrists were a little crazy. But I said it would be interesting to take, because, you know, and not for nothing, but there was invert variations that were done on the street that were never done on vert, to a certain extent, you know. I know it got a little wacky and stuff, but I said it would be interesting to do like a video and get like 4 or 5 of the best like invert guys, like Jesse Martinez, Jim Thiebaud, and just make like, if they could still do it, make like a compendium of street inverts, you know, because the vert invert, people still do vert inverts on vert, you know, but the street plant is gone, you know, so.
That was gnarly when Rodney Mullen did the pressing up into that fucking.
Well, that was, he called it a yo-yo, and it was Yo-Yo Schultz that actually yanked up into that.
Yeah. But the first footage was Rodney, so Rodney gets all the credit.
Right.
We know about Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
But nobody. That was the gnarliest street invert, I would have to say in my opinion.
It's insane. Straight. Yeah,
Straight up. But nobody really realizes now. But Vallely was a good vert rider. He was a ripper. You would have no fucking idea. And Danforth. So he became sort of a hybrid. But Danforth ripped and
Trashmore runs is
radical. Lay back here to invert.
Pogos with authority. He was a ripper.
Frontside rocks. Like
Well,
nobody.
We'd have to say, like, skating now is gnarly. It's gnarlier than you could even fucking imagine. Like all the moonshine people, rippers. Jimmy Wilkins. Who can do a frontside ollie better than him? Steve Clare was pretty close at the time.
Jason Pesky, Steve Clare.
But the time that we skated, when we started skating in 77, the end of 76, 77, was magical. Into the 80s, it was still magical. And the types of the tricks and the advancements and the evolution and just to see the colors and all that kind of shit was fucking rad. We weren't into the politics. We never fit into the politics. We're not into politics. So, I mean, there's some stuff that we have a real affinity for in that age, in that era. But there's other stuff that we're like, they couldn't look past it because a lot of the people that were controlling the industry were not skateboarders like they are now.
Very interesting. So the music is gonna fuck with our audio a little bit. I think we're probably, that's why the camera's so close, but that's all right. Yeah, cool. Well, shit, man. Thanks for talking to us. I really appreciate it. Nice to meet you guys.
So stoked.
Yeah.
Fucking great shit.
Wait, just tell me again. Steve? Art? Steve, okay. Would you tell this guy where you got that shirt?
I got this at a mall when I was 15 in California on vacation. Fucking love Steve Caballero. My favorite shirt since then.
All right, so tell me about this cover. This is a Christian Klein photo?
Yeah, this is Christian Klein shot this. This would be late 1988.
All right.
So I was still skating for Pal Peralta, so riding my Pal board here.
Airwalk?
Airwalk, yeah. And we went to this spot a bunch. This was at Garden Grove High School.
Okay.
And it was one of our favorite spots. This spot is in Speed Freaks.
Who's we?
Me, Christian Klein, Ed Templeton, guys I was skating with at the time. I mean, there was always a lot of skaters there. This bump, you know, the bump starts back. It's pretty dark, but the bump starts back here, right?
Right.
So it's a bump over a manhole cover, and then we push the can further out.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Klein really just captured the right moment of the ollie.
Absolutely.
Right, you know?
Absolutely.
And so this was for, there's an interview with me in this magazine.
Right.
And this was on the,
What do you call that?
I didn't have a name for it, but I only did it this one day.
Really?
Until sometime in the mid-2000s.
This is 7th Street over the hip?
No, this is Gardena.
Oh, Gardena, right.
Yeah, so then sometime like 2007 or 8, I did this trick again for the first time.
Really?
But anyway, I did this interview, and it's right before I left Pal Peralta, I did the interview.
When you say right before, what are you talking about?
So January 2nd.
Okay.
A couple weeks later, there was a trade show in Long Beach, and that's where I left the team. So while we're doing this interview, I'm very aware that I'm probably going to be leaving the team. So the interview is filled with a lot of kind of tension.
Yeah.
What? I know you had the cover of Life, but did you ever have the cover of Power Edge?
There you go.
Yeah, you win. That's not a competition, but you win. You win no matter what.
Well, I stopped by
Yes.
for you to feel the quality of our new diamonds.
Yes, there is quality here. Look at this hot Betty. It's amazing. You brought skateboarding to the mainstream. It was you. The very beginnings. We wouldn't be here. There's no Skatercon without you. Think about it. Think about it. If this doesn't happen,
Wait, can we get a photo? What do you think of Skatercon? Like, what's you think?
I tell you, like I said, I was starting to say earlier, they've been inviting me for years. I kind of avoided it, but we came out this year, and
are you having fun?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man, you got all day long people coming up just wanting to say hello.
Yeah.
You know, I always say that skaters all over the world are just most of them that I haven't met are just friends I haven't met yet. You know? So the family and the community of skateboarding is more important to me than ever before. I mean, I always valued it, but these days I think it's really important that we all kind of let each other know that we're there for each other, and that we are a family, and that we do have a common ground, and that makes you, you know, as when we leave events like this, we go back. We're not isolated. You know what I mean? We're always. Any of these people can hit me up on Instagram or email me or get in touch with me, and I like we're there. You know?
It's kind of crazy that this hasn't happened earlier, Skatercon. Because I was talking to Adam last night. I was like, when you go to Adam's house, did you look at all his boards and shit? Yeah, it's incredible. I didn't realize he was a gnarly collector.
Well, I guess you would have to say that it's a relentless, you know, he could have done year one and been like, this ain't worth it.
Yeah, right.
Could have done year two and be like, this is too difficult. You know what I mean? But so, you know, that's the way it works. You start building momentum. You know, you don't give up. And then suddenly, you know, you cross that next threshold and things really start happening, you know? So you have to give a lot of respect for people who are willing to do the distance.
Super sick. All right, cool, man.
Bobby.
Great to see you.
Yeah,
I love you.
Yeah.
You too, dude. Cool, man. There you go. Mike V. There he is. Cool. Adam, tell me about your favorite board.
There's no way, dude.
Your favorite board. Just pick one.
One?
Yeah. Pick one.
Trucks and rails and everything.
This one. That's my favorite one.
Why is it? Let me see your tattoo first of all.
Oh, how'd you know? No. You know why?
Sick.
Because in 1987, when I turned 12, up to that time, all my boards were hand-me-downs and secondhand, like, you know, generic, you know, they were brand new. But
this is the first legit one.
when I turned 12, I would call this bike shop up until the point, 2 weeks before I turned 12, I'd call the bike shop every day and be like, you guys still got that white Grigley?
Yeah.
You still got the white Grigley? And they're like, yes. And finally, my dad took me down there and bought the deck for me. Couldn't afford grip tape.
Right.
And so I didn't even have grip tape. And so I didn't even like get to set it up or anything for like another, I don't know, several weeks.
Right.
But finally went down there and got it gripped, and you know, it was just one of the, you know, it was that brand new board, my first brand new board. And it just really was something that I really cared about.
Where did you get this one from?
This one came from a man we both know by the name of Chris Rice.
Right.
And he knew I was looking for that. He knew what it meant to me, and he got it into the right hands.
Right.
And you know, I'm so stoked that you're here. I'm so stoked that he's here right now. And you know, it's just that's the one that resonates with me the most.
Sick. Tell me about this old ghost right here.
This was given to me at the end of the first Skatercon by a dude named Space, and Space had it there at his booth and everything, was showing it off, and. At the end of Skatercon number 1, he just came up to me. He was like, "Man, you need to have this, dude. Like, this belongs with you, and you're gonna give it a good home." And so here you go. And I was just like, "Dude, thank you so much, man." Like, he knew. Number 3. Number 3, man. That one just, you know, it popped up on a thread in the collector group. And timing is everything when it comes to that stuff. When the price is right, and luckily I was right on time.
Sick.
So. Yeah,
All right,
man.
cool. Excellent.
Awesome, man. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Cool.
So stoked.
This is Adam. This is the reason this whole thing happens
Thanks,
right
man.
now. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yo, what's up with that skateboard? Is that your skateboard?
Yeah.
Cool. You good at skateboarding?
Yeah.
Sick. You got a knee push for me?
Show him.
Can you take a run?
Show him. Mac.
Yeah.
Show him.